What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Team Take Profits. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. Welcome to another edition of Make Moves Monday. Motivation, mindset, and trading psychology. You already know what we do on Monday. We try to get you prepared and ready for a strong week in the market. So let's get our minds right. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Go to tradeandgetpaid.com to become one of our students, and I'll see you on the video. All right, guys, so we're going to talk about something real powerful today. But before we get started, I want to give a little shout out. We have had over 7,000 people sub to this channel just in the last few weeks. The channel is growing. You guys are finding value on the videos, sharing and all that, and I appreciate it. So I want to give a shout out to one of my newest subs, Hannah's Universe. Man, I appreciate you. I see you commented that you're new on the channel. Thank you for subbing on the channel. And I'm going to work diligently to make sure that we keep bringing strong value all the time. So thanks for the sub, Hannah's Universe. Let's jump into some content here. I heard a quote that really kind of triggered me. And so I want to talk about having the proper money mindset, right? Proper money mindset. Because at the end of the day, when we look at trading, we can talk about skill set. We can talk about mindset. We can talk about, pips. We can talk about catching big pips and big moves and breakouts and retests and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, it's all about money, right? We all want to make money. None of us are doing this so that we can, just stay at the same level. We do this so that we can make money, invest, and compound accounts, things like that. It comes down to wealth. And, that's really what it's all about. So, so I just want to talk about having that proper money mindset. Money, we all know money is just something that we need in case we don't die tomorrow, right? That's just, it's just a tool, right? It's just an avenue. I've heard people say money changes people. I've heard people say money is the root of all evil. I've heard people say that money is everything next to air. I've heard all these different crazy quotes about money. But the truth is money is just an object. Money is what you make it, right? Cash, money, currency, it's really just what you make it. The Bible does say that the love of money, not money, the love of money is the roots to all kinds of evil. When we let money become our driving force, we can make some really bad decisions. So it's important that we don't let money become the driving force, that we understand, kind of like what I talked about a few videos ago, and you can see it in the card, where I talked about what is your why. I trade for my family. I trade because I love my children. I trade because I have a ministry. Those are my whys. Money is not the why, but money is sometimes the means on how to continue in pursuing my why, whatever. So money itself is not evil. It's the love for money. It's the allowing money to become a driving force in your life. That's when it becomes a problem. And they say money changes people, and the truth is money don't change anyone. Really, it's just kind of a magnifying glass. Money really magnifies who you already are. If you were kind of a greedy person when you had $10, you're not suddenly going to become generous when you have 10,000. A lot of people say, when I have more, I'll do more. And I just have not seen that to be true. What I find is that essentially money just magnifies who you already are. If you're a generous, giving person, you're gonna be that person when you have nothing. You'll give the shirt off your back. You're kind of like that person who wants to just be there and help and do whatever you can to help people no matter what. When you have a little, you give a little. And when you have a lot, you give more. So at the end of the day, money doesn't change you. And it's not just the giving, but the way we budget. A lot of people, they say, well, if I just had more money, I'd be able to do better with my money. And that's really not the case, because if you're bad with $100, you're going to be worse with 1,000. Money is not the thing. Money is simply a tool. It's simply an object that when we get more of it, it magnifies who we are already. So what I want to tell you today is build your character. Focus on character. Focus on who you are. Focus on the reasons why you trade. Focus on the reasons why you live the way you live. Focus on trying to be the best person that you know to be, and focusing on the proper surroundings, circumstances. Put yourself around people who have the proper mindset. Put yourself around people who are positive, people that are going to encourage you in your pursuits, and not just hating all the time and gossiping and talking about everything in the world, but put yourself around people that are really going to encourage your pursuits. And I tell you, one of the most powerful things that you have is your surroundings. I've heard it said this way: a person can survive for, like 3 or 4 days or something without water. You can survive like 7 days or something, I don't know, however long, without food. But you can't survive 30 minutes without oxygen. And we're so focused on the intake. We're so focused on the food, the water. We're so focused on the tangible things that we forget atmosphere is the majority of our sustenance. The majority of our sustaining comes from atmosphere, not from food and water. It's important that while we do read the right books, while we do watch the right videos, while we do intake and ingest the right material, right content, it's more important what you put yourself around. That atmosphere that you've created, that culture that you've created in your life, is going to be the driving source of sustenance in your life, because that's where you're going to draw your most strength from. That's where you're going to draw your most character from. You're going to become like most of what you're around. They say you are what you eat, but that's not really it. It's really you are what you're around. And what you're around, you become like. Guys, I say all that to say this. Money is not the thing we're chasing here, right? Although at the end of the day, our trading does come down to making money. I don't want to just trade and say, well, look, I caught, 1,000 pips, but my account didn't change. You know what I mean? I'm here because I want to make some money, but money is not the driving factor. Money is just a tool because I understand why I'm trading in the first place. And so I want to talk about a little bit of proper mindset with that. When we're trading, we have to enter into everything we do with confidence. And I say trading, but really that goes into all aspects of life. It's not wrong to have confidence, but it is wrong to have pride. To be proud and to be boastful and all this, man. And I'm not trying to knock anybody, but I see all these cats on YouTube. They're on there flashing money, making it rain, doing all this kind of stuff, standing next to their rented Lamborghini. Like, come on, man. They got models shaking their booties in the videos and stuff like this. What are you doing, man? That's a bunch of craziness, man. That ain't what this is about. You can tell by watching that money is their driving force. And the bad part is that when money runs out, the videos will stop. When money runs out, they'll disappear. You ain't gonna get no more content from them. What you're finding is that when money is the driving force behind anything, eventually money will run out. Eventually money is not enough to sustain you, so it's not enough to keep you going. But when you understand the confidence that you have, when you understand the skill set you have, when you understand the reasons why you do what you do, there's going to be so much purpose behind your trading, behind your efforts, behind your skill sets. And I'm talking about things that apply across the board, not just trading, but specifically, of course, I want to talk to you about trading. So when we apply this type of a mindset to trading, we're going to come in with confidence because we know it's not about money. It's about the work I put in. I'm not going to quit because I understand why I do what I do, right? It's about the effort that I put in before I ever even think about a trade. It's about the grind I put in, watching videos and studying and making sure that I understand what it is that I'm doing. Guys, I want to tell you that we can talk about all the most advanced strategies out there. We can talk about Fibonacci retracement, and that's not really advanced, but we could talk about Fibonacci retracement. We could talk about extensions. We can talk about Elliott wave. We can talk about harmonics. We can talk about bat patterns and crab patterns, and we can talk about all these different things that go on in the market, okay? But at the end of the day, it all comes back to the basics. I understand support and resistance. I understand trends and channels. I understand supply and demand. I understand how to count and how to understand pip movement. All of those things are really just the basis for what all other, more advanced stuff is based on. When you look at Fibonacci, right? And some of you are asking me to do videos on Fibonacci, which I'll do, but really, I would equate that to addition and multiplication. What is multiplication, right? 8 times 4 is really just a short way to do 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, right? It's just a shortcut to do addition. So what I want to encourage you, and I want you to understand, is that while you guys are chasing all this advanced stuff and you're trying to get to calculus, really calculus is just a more complicated or shortcut way to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? It all comes down to mathematics. It all comes down to the basics. And it's the same way in trading. While you guys are chasing Elliott waves and Fibonacci's and you guys are out there trying to chase Gartley patterns and you're trying to chase all of these harmonics and all this other stuff, really what it really all boils down to is support and resistance, trends and channels, price action, understanding supply and demand. That is the basis of kind of like the mathematics of the more advanced calculations. So the prep work you put in is going to give you extreme confidence to be able to come into the market and understand that no matter what the market is showing me, I'm prepared for it because I did my due diligence. I was prepared because it's not even just the markups. I was prepared because I watched videos on support and resistance. I was prepared because I watched videos on what trend lines were and how to properly apply them. I'm confident because I understand supply and demand and how the market works. I understand technical and fundamental analysis, and so everything in the more advanced realm falls upon those price action principles. Guys, it's so important that we get that mindset right, because that is going to be the driving force when we get in the market, right? That's going to be the thing that keeps us going, sustains us in the market, because in our trading, we're creating an atmosphere based on those vital principles that don't go away. When we start trying to build our strategies and our trading culture around things that really come and go, we're going to end up, really just coming and going. But when we build our trading psychology, our trading culture, if you would, our trade plan, if you would, upon the basics, the principles that are going to be there every single time. There is never a trade, never. There's never a trade that price action principles aren't going to need to be applied. There is never a successful trade where you don't need to know supply and demand, support and resistance, channels, trends, etc. We need to understand the basics. That's everything. From there, once we understand that, that doesn't mean that now we move on to advanced stuff and we forget that. It means that now we find new ways and we find more advanced ways to communicate basic principles. We find more advanced ways to communicate basic things in the market, right? Fibonacci, when you get to the 61.8, the 50 and all that stuff, these are different levels of support and resistance, supply and demand, and they end up coming back as pullbacks and retracements, and we understand that. It's not because Fibonacci tool has some magic wand on it that when it hits the gold zone, it bounces off. It's not that at all. It's that zone represents a strong level of support and resistance. So all we've really done is we have used another way to identify a basic principle. I hope that makes sense to you. This is really the key to successful trading, is to get the basics down, stick to them, and never give up on them, right? Then we get to the place of risk management, where really that's everything, right? I heard it said this way: confidence is not, I will profit on this trade, right? Confidence is, I'll be fine if I don't profit on this trade. That's the confidence that we got to step into the market with. Not that I'm looking for a win every time. When I press go on a trade, if I'm getting into a trade, and you've probably heard me say this before, and I'll say it again, but when I press buy or sell, when I press enter, market execution, sell limit, sell stop, whatever it might be, when I get into a trade, okay, I count that money gone. If I'm getting into a trade and I know what the risk was, if I'm willing to risk $1,000 in a trade, I get into it, I know that I'm risking $1,000, and when I press go, I count that $1,000 gone. I know that that's the maximum that I'm going to be able to lose. I'll lose on a trade if I lose it. And because I've done my proper risk management, I've done my analysis, and I know what my stop loss is telling me. And because of that, I'm okay. I know it's 1% of my account. I know that I'm good to go. I know that, everything is fine. And if I lose, I lose, right? Now, thankfully, I've got a strategy and I've learned how to trade, so I don't lose very often. But if I do happen to lose, which does happen, I'm okay with it. It's all good. I knew before I ever got into the trade that I could lose this trade, and I'm okay with losing that money. You got to get that mindset down. Some of y'all are so crazy about losing money. Every little penny that leaves your account, you're freaking out and you're trying to chase the market. That's not the proper money mindset. If you are afraid to lose the money you're putting into a trade, the likelihood is that you're over leveraging. The likelihood is that you're over trading, right? The likelihood is that you're doing too much. It's important that we understand the proper money mindset, the proper basics, because that will put us in a position where we can exude confidence in our trading. And when we get into a trade, we're not afraid. We can just walk away and we're happy, right? And so you need that proper money mindset. Money is not the driving force. Skill set is not the driving force, right? We need to know why we trade, how we trade, and how much we trade. That's what it comes down to. Why we trade, how we trade, how much we trade. If you can master those three things, you got it. Okay? You got it. Why we trade? My family, my this, my that, right? Whatever your why is. Go back and watch that video. How we trade? What is your strategy? Come back to the basics. Come back to the basics. If the basics are not a vital factor of your strategy's flawed. Right? How much we trade. If you don't understand proper risk management, 1%, 2%, whatever that looks like in your account, then you don't need to be trading on anything but a demo. Your demo needs to be the only thing you're trading until you understand that. Okay? Those are the vital factors to have a proper money mindset. Guys, I hope this helped you today. I hope you can really grasp a hold of this mindset, because I'm telling you, it's vital. If you can get this proper money mindset down, I promise you, it's a game changer for your trading. All right, guys, there you have it. I hope this video on the proper money mindset really helped you. I hope that you're able to adapt and apply what you learned here today to your trading, and I want to hear about all your success. Guys, listen, I've been loving all the feedback. I've been loving all the comments and the subs. It's been amazing. But don't forget, continue to do that. Don't just do that on the exciting strategy videos. But this is a community. We're together in this, guys. You're my YouTube family. And so let's continue to talk. Let's talk about your successes, your struggles. Let's talk about that stuff in the comments. Please comment below and let me know how this money mindset is helping you and how we can help you apply this money mindset to your trading. All right? Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell so you get notifications every time we drop a video. And remember, you can go to tradinggetpaid.com if you want to join the team and become part of our mentorship program. Our students are making money and we're seeing everybody have a lot of success. It's been a really, really powerful tool, and all of our students are really, really happy. So guys, if you want to join, tradeandgetpaid.com. I'll see you on the next video.